What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cinematic Bird, back again with another episode. And today, about to get started, man. Getting started talking about Sony and Lumix battle going on right now. Sony and Lumix is battling right now, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy how people are switching over or saying they're switching over to Lumix cameras from Sony. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But I saw this video. I had to go ahead and watch this video, so I'm gonna watch it with you guys. We're gonna react to it because I got a lot to say, man. I got a lot to say, so let's stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and check this out. Pretty dope video. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Sony's over here crapping the bucket. Alright, I just wanted to start off by saying I'm making this video with no malintent, negative energy towards anybody, right? This video is solely me just explaining how I feel about what I'm seeing on YouTube right now, at the moment. But I want to talk about the state of YouTube right now, and especially in my community, the photographer slash videographer slash camera community. I don't know what you would call it. Right now, the community seems to be flipped or broken. You might be like, John, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what do you mean, like, broken? It looks like it's driving more than ever. We just got a new camera. Sony's.
Yeah, that's the first thing I want to talk about right there, man. How they saying, how all these content creators came out, you know, camera content creators came out basically talking about how, he's mentioning it right now, how the FX3, this camera that Lumix came out was the FX3 killer. So, man, it's some hilarious stuff, man, but he gonna break it down. He gonna let you know what his thoughts was on it.
Crap in the bucket. You know, there's a bunch of stuff going on that, you know, people are very happy and ecstatic with. I just want to say this, man. There's a lot of hype right now on a certain camera. That camera has actually broken our community. Now everybody is switching up, I guess you would say. I'm just gonna say the camera name. It's the Lumix, right? It's the new Lumix. It's the Panasonic Lumix S1 II, right? I mean, honestly, it's a great, amazing camera. It's got everything FX3 has, a little better. It has the ability to. Yeah,
I ain't gonna deny it. That camera is fire. It's a fire camera. But the thing about it is, you know, I watch a lot of those guys and a lot of those creators, and they've been talking about Lumix coming out with new cameras. And a lot of people asked them about Lumix coming out with new cameras. So I think they already kind of knew from last year to this year that Lumix was coming out with something. You know what I mean? And they was looking forward to that. Because you got to understand, they're camera, you know, creators. They make their money and living off talking about cameras. You understand? This is what they do. So they need the camera game to keep producing cameras. They need the camera companies to keep producing cameras so they can keep producing videos and have things to talk about. So that's what they do. But it's almost like they want to also push, because in my mind, they might prefer Sony over Lumix, but they like what Lumix doing with the cameras for them to be able to use it in a way that they like to use it. But they really want Sony to put those features in a Sony camera and stick with Sony in reality of the whole thing. Let's get back to the show.
Shoot an open gate. Can you imagine a small mirrorless camera being able to shoot open gate? I don't even think the FX6 or the FX9 have the ability to even do that. Only the Venice and the Buranos. I'm not even sure, and that's like next level stuff, right? Anyways, the Lumix S1 II has literally broken YouTube. I mean, YouTubers everywhere, man. Let me look something up real quick. Like right now on YouTube, I'm looking up a term that has been used a lot. That certainly doesn't sit right with me, especially since I'm a user of Sony. But the term that people have been using a lot is the FX3 killer. The new king, the new greatest camera of all time. It's crazy, it's crazy. Right now, I'm looking at it. This camera is a Sony FX3 killer. Nikon has decided Sony FX3 killer is next. Is the Lumix S1 II really better than the FX3? The FX3 killer, my budget S5 II, that's not even the same camera. Is this the Sony FX3 killer? Could Panasonic 6 camera be an FX3 killer? Like, come on, like, at this point, like, when does it stop? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of insane, you know? Like, so you have the FX3 camera that came out in 2021, 4 years ago, right? Incredible camera, amazing in low light, incredible cinema camera, full frame, impeccable, amazing. I don't own one, but I'm sure that if somebody does own one, then they're probably very happy with it. Do you really?
And I don't own one either. I got an FX30. I got my FX30 right here, guys. And that's the closest thing right now for me having an FX3. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't wait to have an FX3. But let's get back to it.
Do you really think that these people saying that the new Lumix is the FX3 killer, they truly believe it? Do you truly believe that? Think about it. It's been 4 years. Can you imagine a company, it takes it 4 years to even get to a level of an FX3? I'm not saying it's worse, but I'm saying it's at a level maybe a little higher, right? We'll say it's a little higher, just a little higher, but it's not miles above. It's not miles above.
It's just a little higher, guys. It's not miles above. He just said it. It's just a little higher, but not miles above, right? And the one thing is separating itself from the FX3 is with the anamorphic D-squeeze. You know what I mean? Or not the anamorphic D-squeeze. The open gate. Open gate is right now, it's the thing great for content creators as far as, going from YouTube style videos and, short videos with one recording. You know what I mean? It's a game changer. So, but there's other ways to do that with cameras. You don't have to always have, that open gate. You know what I mean? It's a great thing to have though. You know what I mean? And so that's what put it above Sony right now.
Can you imagine what Sony would do with those 4 years? Or can you imagine what they've been doing for those 4 years that they haven't announced yet? Come on, man. Come on. So you have all these creators, right? Huge creators. Huge. You know,
you're going to imagine what Sony doing. But another thing with Sony right now, as you guys see, they came out with the FX2. Yeah, they got a lot of parts, man. They got a lot of parts to work with right now. And to make money, that's what they're doing. And they're waiting, man. When they bring out cameras, any numbers are below, it's not going to be better than the numbers above, right? So FX3, if they made the FX2, it's not going to be better than the FX3. They can't put all the greatest and latest things in the FX2 and be better than the FX3. And when the FX3 costs almost $4,000 and then the FX2 is $2,700, it don't make sense. You know what I mean? So they're getting rid of parts, yeah, but it's still a nice camera to somebody. Somebody likes that camera, they're gonna buy that camera. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody, but somebody, it's in the line. That's how you gotta think. It's in the line of Sony cameras, man. And you shouldn't have been waiting for because Lumix dropping all these cameras. Look how long it took Lumix to drop these cameras. Look how long it took Lumix to drop these cameras. They dropping them like hotcakes right now, guys. They dropping them like hotcakes all this year. And then you expect Sony to retaliate in competition. They should drop something better than that. But they will. You just gotta wait, man. It's on Sony time.
They're getting the camera sent to them. They're getting flown out to the events. You know, they're getting paid. And they're out here spreading this hype. So what I want to let you know, the consumer, the regular old Joe person. I'm a regular old Joe. I'm currently working full time. I mean, I'm trying to make best with what I got. But I want to let you know that do not fall for this hype. Do not fall for this hype. You guys don't understand that. These guys are getting paid. These guys are getting flown to events. These guys are getting the camera sent to them. And these guys, at the end of the day, they have to make a buck too, man. Like, let's be real. If I was getting a really good bag for promoting a camera or starting a narrative about a camera, I would do it. I mean, it's business, man. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, you're doing your job. But man, these guys have to keep relationships. These guys have to make their own buck. You know, these guys.
See what he's talking about there? He's talking about how, this is what they do. This is what the content creators do. This is how they make their money. That's what I was saying earlier in the video. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, they really want these features in a Sony camera, right? Because you got to think about it, guys. You got to really think about it. Lumix is not big as Sony or Canon or Nikon, right? They're not as big as these guys, as these companies. So, especially Sony. So, like, these guys, most of these guys' channels are based off Sony, people, man. So if they come into the channel and looking for you, talking about Sony cameras, that's what they're there for. So you grew your channel off of Sony people, and then all of a sudden you move over to Lumix, and then you expect you get the same type of views. These people gonna ban you, man, because you sold out Sony. You know what I mean? That's how they feel. I'm talking about your subscribers, your viewers. They feel like if you jumped over and you trying to get them to jump over with you, they ain't gonna jump over, man. They came to you because they like Sony. They didn't came to you because they like Lumix. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying I know these guys know in the back of their head, they like, man, I need Sony to do these same things with Lumix. So they're kind of pressuring Sony in a way, you know, by saying that they jumping over because they ain't doing these same things that Lumix doing.
Just have to make their videos stand out. I mean, can you imagine posting a review like Panasonic's new amazing video camera? Who is going to click on that? As soon as I see Lumix, I'm scrolling.
And I heard a lot of creators they was talking about that have Panasonic. You know, they don't have a true identity. They got basically two names, Panasonic. Somebody hear Panasonic, somebody hear Lumix. They don't know what they're talking about. But when you hear Sony, they know what you're talking about. When you hear Canon, they know what you're talking about. When they hear Nikon, they know what you're talking about. When they hear Fuji, they know what you're talking about. When they hear Red, they know what you're talking about, right? So they hear Black Magic, they know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? They hear Z-Cam, they know what you're talking about. So that's the thing, man. Like Panasonic, I look like some great cameras they done drop. They are great. They fire. But like what I'm trying to say, man, if you already in some type of camera, like the Canon or the Sony or whatever, and you already got enough pieces and everything, because this whole game is about you filming. This whole game is about you filming. This whole game ain't about getting the latest, greatest cameras. It's about you filming. About you going out there putting in that work. About you going out there getting that job. About you over there making that career with your camera. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, look who got the latest and greatest camera. Now I got it. That's not what it's about. It's about you and your artwork and how you bring creativity to the table for others to see or other businesses to work with you. That's it. You could do that with your creativity, with your mind. It's way better than the latest and greatest camera because all these cameras are basically doing the same thing today. The reason why I like Sony, because it's not because they got the latest and greatest, it's because it's very dependable workhorse cameras. That's it. They get the job done. That's all I need. That's all I need the camera to do. Get the job done.
I really don't care. I could care less. But once you start adding FX3 killer, oh, that's where everything gets messed up. Listen, you have these people that now you have these people who are now backtracking on the FX3. The FX3 is an incredible camera. It can take you places. So these people see that the Lumix is coming out. So a photographer, videographer is scrolling through YouTube, and before he knows it, his whole feed is showing up with the FX3 killer. This camera is being the FX3. Sell your FX3 right now and go buy this Panasonic camera. Sell your FX3 right now and go buy this Lumix camera. And guess what? My biggest fear is that people are actually gonna fall for this hype, right? Yes, the camera is great, and yes, the camera is a little better than FX3, but don't you think that a year from now Sony's gonna release something 10 times better? Don't you think that stacking up your money and maybe sticking with that old camera you got is better? You know, master it more, you know, learn more? Guys, at the end of the day, it's not the camera that makes the masterpiece, it's the person controlling it, the person editing it, person putting in the thought and, you know, the...
You're basically saying the same thing I'm saying, guys, but that's it, man. I'm gonna put his link in the description below, man. That's it, man. That's all I'm talking about, man. I'm not jumping ship. You know, in the future, if I got money like that, I'll get a new camera like a Lumix or whatever if I got money. But I ain't got money like that to be jumping ship. You know, I'll buy a Lumix camera just to have it as a regular camera. I'm not buying a Lumix camera to have it as a camera for my workhorse, man. Sony, I'm in Sony deep as far as for work, man, for making videos. I'm not going to go and change from Sony to Lumix just because somebody else told me to. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's it, man. That's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your favorite cinematic guy on YouTube. Let's go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy, Cinematic Bird. And I'm out. One. Peace.